Hello friends, and welcome to the Bearded Fool Gaming. Today we are playing more Magic, you guessed it. So today we decided to do a sealed pool. I better get some practice in because I am going to GP Richmond. Maybe see some of you guys there. So we're just going to see what is happening with this. It's cool, so it does flip the card for you, nice. Alright, so we have our sealed pool here. And you know, I'm just going to go through evaluation, build our deck, and we'll play a couple games and call it there. So, in Amonkhet Sealed, I'm not super experienced with it. I've played 4 pre-releases, 2 of which were Two-Headed Giant, so I don't have a lot of experience, but I've read up on opinions and stuff, and there seems to be a lot of viable archetypes. Black is probably one of the strongest just colors in general, but our black actually seems really bad. Like Scarab Feast is only good in like blue-black cycling, and even in that it's not great. Lay Bear is decent. Light of Bat's decent. Lord of the Accursed. Splendid Agony's okay. Gravedigger's good. Like, there's just not enough of it there. So unfortunately, I think we're going to have to discount out black. Which also means that probably Never to Return, well, definitely Never to Return won't get played, which is unfortunate. Interesting that we got some monocolored splits there. So, most likely not playing blacks. We'll go ahead and set it over on the side here. By the way, chats are open if you want to join me today. So, looking at our other colors here then. So we've got a white-blue and a white-blue. Not that you can't play them without each other, but, you know, that's the ideal way. And then we got a white-black. So, looking at our artifacts, Edifice of Authority is automatically going in the deck. It's one of the best cards in Sealed. And we got 2 of them. I think we'll use both. That's awesome. So Ronus's Monument's actually really good too and works well in green. So I'm pulled towards green immediately here. We're also automatically going to use Evolving Wild, so we'll go ahead and we'll leave it out for right now, but we'll be putting it in there for sure. So we've definitely got some options as far as colors and stuff. So let's just start looking through our colors and see what we think. So in red, we've got Deemworthy, which is mediocre. Pursue Glory, which is only good in one archetype. Now, Sweltering Suns is pretty solid. Trial of Zeal is solid. Pressure Lizard is playable, and we got 3 of them. Minotaur Sure Shot is decent. Combat Celebrant is awesome. 20 Voice is mediocre. That guy's decent. 2 Magma Sprays is awesome. Blazing Volley I'm not impressed with, and then that's it. So we have quite a bit of good red here. So we'll kind of set these to the side. This red is, that guy's playable too. These cards are not unplayables necessarily, but they're not great, so we'll leave these over here. So red seems like an option because we do have a couple bombs. We don't have the best thing in the world, but it's not awful. So now looking at green, we have the Monument, which is good. I like that card a lot. I like this card a lot, Apatra's Mark. Cultivator's fine. Shot's not amazing, so Mouth Defeat is good. Make a creature and then draw a card. At least. Colossepete's playable. Giant Spider's actually pretty solid in this format. Champion of Ronus is a bomb. Ornery is playable. Cartouche is amazing. That card's not that good. Bitterblade is good. So we've got quite a bit of good green also. These are the ones that are sideboard material, so we'll move them over here too. The green seems like an option. We have quite a bit of good green right there. So now, the colors I think we may end up in, I'm leaving for last here. So let's go ahead and work through white. So white has Dejerus, which is mediocre. Binding Mummy, which is mediocre. Gustwalker's pretty solid. You know, Ketra's Name is only good if you have a lot of zombies. Vizier is playable. Photocropmate's pretty decent. Forsake is sideboard. Vizier of Deferment or whatever is pretty decent. Sparring Mummy is bad. Protection's kind of bad. I mean, Sparring Mummy is playable, but not great. Fly Caravan is the same. Seraph of the Suns is good, and we got 3 of them randomly? Wow. White I thought was actually good at first glance, but no, white's pretty unplayable, unfortunately, here. We'll go ahead and move it out. So it looks like we're not playing white because white just, it had some individual good cards, you know, like Seraph of the Suns. We can't play 3 7-drops enough to get by, so that's out. So now looking at blue here, Floodwaters is pretty, let's see, Compelling Argument's bad. Essence Scatter's good. Labyrinth Guardian's good. Hot is playable. Winds of Rebuke's pretty solid. Scribe is pretty bad. Cancel is not the best. Hieroglyphic's pretty decent. Naga Oracle's playable. Sacred Excavation is only in the cycling deck, which I don't think we have. Although we do have quite a few cycling cards. 3 Shimmer Scale Drakes. What is up with these duplicates? 3 Seraph, 3 Shimmer Scale. So unfortunately, I'm not sure that we can play blue-white. Like, it's not bad. I mean, blue is definitely playable. I'm not going to say it's not playable. We've got removal. We've got some decent filler creatures. Like, we just don't have anything to go big with. We don't have any finishers or anything. Even Wind God's good, and Failure and To Comply are both pretty solid. So, I mean, that's nice. But I don't think we're in white at all. I mean, white's just not good enough, I don't think. It's not any good cards, really. So I don't think we can play blue-white, so I don't think we can play either of these. So let's look into... We'll go ahead and move these over here. Let's look into green now. So green is Bitterblade, which is good. Cartouche, which is good. We've already went through these, haven't we? Okay. So green seems pretty solid because, I mean, we've got bombs. We've got 2 bombs, for that matter. The red-green seems like an option for us. Let's go ahead and build it out and see how that looks. We'll just leave this Evolving Wilds way over here. Alright, so we would play the Monument. We would probably play that. Probably play that. Definitely play that. Probably play Colossopy. We would probably play both Spiders. We would definitely play Champion. Kodo is playable. Cartouche is amazing. Bitterblade's good. We'd probably play Suns, because we can always cycle it if we're ahead. We definitely play the Trial. Don't know about Threshing Lizard. We definitely play Sure Shot. We would play Entangler. Play Combat Celebrant. Probably play Pathmaker. We definitely play both Magma Spray. So I mean, that right there is a deck. I'm not sure it's good enough though. So we would have to put some filler stuff in there. This does not seem like the worst deck, but it doesn't seem like the best deck either. So that's interesting. Let's go ahead and move all this stuff out of here. Except for the Edifice. We're definitely playing those. So Edifice goes along with a slower game. So I mean, that's an option to keep in mind. I don't think that's what we're going to do, but it's an option. Where did this side of Skylar thing mixed up here? I mean, that's still an option for us. I'm definitely not discounting red-green as a deck choice. I'm just not amazed by it here. So we're definitely going to have to make some sacrifices because there's some cards that just aren't... there's like no color is just amazing to me. Like looking at it, like green seems good, but like there's just not enough of it. That's the problem we're running into here, just not enough green. So I don't think we have the filtering to go into a 3-color, unfortunately. Got some good synergy with that Monument and such. So green definitely is what I'm leaning towards. There's a part of me that maybe wants to try blue-green here. Let's see how blue-green would look. So we would just have all of these. We would have all of these. We'd sort by mana cost and see how that looks. While that's there, that should be there. And that's a deck that we'd have to cut some cards from. 3 Shimmer Scales is bad. Nagas, see, like, the blue just doesn't look good to me. It doesn't seem awful, it just doesn't look good. Then if we compare the blue... Let's see, can we do that? Oh, look at that, we can. We compare the blue to, say, the red. Let's go ahead and do that again and sort that out by mana cost. Their 3-drop slots get so full that way. That's also using the Threshing Lizards. So neither red nor blue is the best. We just have to decide which is actually better. Their 2-drop slot is just so empty. It's actually a pretty difficult decision. And I'm not even sure that green is still the right way to go either. Just for the heck of it, let's kind of set out white here and just see what it looks like. So we're probably not playing that. Not playing those 2. Cards just don't seem good at all. Definitely not playing 3 Seraphs, maybe 2. Don't have cycling or anything. Yeah, that just doesn't seem good enough, and black just really doesn't seem good enough. All a couple decent cards, but just nothing great. Like Never to Return is tempting, but really it. Gravedigger's decent. There's a part of me that wants to try to build a red white or black white zombie, but I just don't have the cards for it. Don't any token makers, and the couple zombies I have just aren't enough. Unfortunately, that's not an option, even though we do have that guy. I wish we could have done that because black white zombies would have been pretty strong, but yeah, we definitely just don't have the deck for it. Now we've got some choices because there are a lot of ways to go with this. Let's look at overall power level. Brushing those photos here. I do like magma sprays; those seem decent. Sweltering Suns is good. Like Trial of Zeal, I guess, is good. Kind of it. Combat Celebrant's kind of balmy. Now with this, we've got some control elements. We've got some decent blockers early. We've got some bounce. The blue definitely is looking like the option to go with here. So is blue-green the option? Is that the best choice we have? We have a Colossopede. So for the heck of it, let's just these to the side. Let's just take all this out. And let's try blue-red just to see what it looks like. Now that's an interesting curve there. It's not awful. It's not much of it. I don't think we have enough creatures or anything there. Like, I really want to play Combat Celebrant. It seems like that card's good enough to play. I mean, I could splash, potentially. The rest of the red just isn't that great. Like, Sweltering Suns, Trial of Zeal, and Combat Celebrant are really it. Magma Sprays. Like, it's not bad, it's just not great. Alright. This is interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's go ahead and move this way over here. Way over here. Way over here. Okay. So, we'll move to those. That's what blue looks like on its own, and I kind of like it, kind of hate it, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and set that back out here. Is black good enough? I just don't think it is. Black just seems so bad because we're probably not playing Scarab Feast. Not playing Trespasser's Curse. The rest of it just isn't there. Isn't there at all. This is a really hard pool to work with, honestly. Can we make blue-white happen is the question. Can we make blue-white happen? Let's just put blue-white together and see what we come up with here. And we'd also get to play both of these. We work on mana cost. That doesn't seem awful. We don't really have anything going on with tokens because nothing. Like 1 or 2 embalm creatures is all. That's also using a catcher's name, which we're not using. I don't know why they got over here. Pretty interesting. Seven drops, it just seems so bad. 4/4 flying indestructible is not awful, don't get me wrong. That's basically what we're playing here is like blue-white flyers, but yeah, I just using freaking Sparring Mummy, like I kind of like what we got in blue. Really care for the white in this, I don't believe at all. Yeah, I don't think white is worth playing. He has a couple decent cards, but just not enough to warrant it. Seraph is not enough to go into white. And unfortunately, the split cards are not either. Again, not discounting them entirely, but I don't think it's good enough. That leaves us with playing blue, potentially. Blue seems like a decent option. Not playing that, not playing that. Probably not playing that unless I just had a lot of cycling, which I do not. We definitely don't have the blue-black deck. So the more I look at this, the more I kind of just want to go back to red-green and just make it work. Aggressive, I've got a decent topper, I've got some good bombs, removal, decent synergies. This has a lot of removal in this though. I have 2 bounces, 3 bounces, 2 counters. So I mean that seems, it definitely seems like an option. Definitely seems like an option. So if red was going to play the removal role, what is like? We have more in blue. Yeah, we really definitely have more in blue. Like, we don't have as big of bombs. Combat, trial, and suns are the big thing. Those are absolute bombs. So magma sprays. Magma spray is probably better than Winds of Rebuke. Alright, let's try this one more time. Let's take out blue. Let's put in red. Let's put that by mana cost. That's all of our low cost stuff. So that makes a creature with 2 or less unblockable. So it can make him unblockable as a 3. Make him unblockable and then just up through. Pressure Lizard is just killer. A 3/2 for 3. Red is the early to mid. Red blue I just don't think works here. Put the green back in again. Take a look one more time on this. Like, this is a decent curve. Definitely a decent curve. We got the lockdown with the Edifice. Got decent filler creatures, which is depressing, but not the end of the world. We've got other cards that we have. We got good sideboard things. That's interesting. Makes you have room for a card. Probably put the Home Topish in. That's filter. That just gives a creature hexproof and removes counter. So I actually don't think that's good enough because we don't really have the counter thing. We probably wouldn't play it. There's just nothing in here. Like, the only really good card is the Mouth, the Cartouche, Champion. So are those 3 cards better than the blue? I really don't think so, the more I look at it. Every time I look at this color combination, it just seems so lacking. Champion's good, but I mean, what's it going to cheat in? A Colossopy? That's the biggest thing I got. Now that makes me interested in something though here. So what if we, once again, let's drop the red for a minute. Take a look at one other option here. What about green-white? What does that look like? Ooh, now this is an interesting balance. So with this, I have zombies. That's useless. So there's no synergy with this guy, so he's bad. He's just a filler 2/2. That guy brings back these guys like Bitterblade, which is relevant. Cartouche is really good, but we don't have any trials in this. Yeah, and other than Seraph, yeah, white is just bad. I just need to accept that we're not playing white. I'm just not sure that green is good enough though. I really cannot make up my mind on this. This is hard decisions. Very hard decisions. I do really like Mouth to Feed. Uh. Blue seems pretty decent, blue-green. Has bounce. My early drops, counter, control elements, card draw, decent blockers, and Naga, Oracle, and Spider. Way too many Shimmer Scale Drakes. Floodwaters. So basically, what do we win with in this? See, we have no like real win con other than maybe play a Claw Speed at some Shimmer Scales. Like, it just doesn't seem good enough. Champion of Ronus can cheat in one of these guys, but that's about it. Hmm. I've got 1, 2, 3 pieces of removal, 4 if you count the counter spell. This one I had 1, 2, 3, 4. Board wipe. Hmm. Don't have the filter in to go 3 color. Ooh. I just don't know. Like, I'm not satisfied with anything I look at in this pool. Nothing sticks out as amazing to me. I don't think I can go like Esper Zombies. Oh, man. That's what we're looking at here. Not have a cartouche and to bring back the trial, which is unfortunate. Green does have that cartouche, which is a great card. I don't feel like these two colors are playing the same role together. Because red doesn't offer me any way to win, and neither does blue. Except for Shimmer Scale Drakes. Hmm. I don't know, I guess you play through Shimmer Scales because they cycle also. You get flooded with them, it's not the end of the world. Don't think I have enough cycling. Ooh. Magnum's pretty solid. Guys, just something. Way to sneak in some damage. Play the control game. I winning off that and flying, I guess. What do we got in black? We've got some decent black. You know, what's interesting is everything is in black is really good in it. Gladabat's good. Play by the Heart's good. Splendid Agony's good. Lord is good. Gravedigger's good, and that's really good. Alright. Once more, let's take this apart. Just for the heck of testing it. Let's take a look. at black. We would play Mummy, we'd play that, we would play 2 bats, we'd play in the Curse because he combos. Play that, we'd probably play that. We'd play all this except for Horror, probably wouldn't play that. Redrop. Now that gives me some decent aggression in blue, or in black, I mean. Gives me some zombie synergies. Black white, I don't have enough zombies to make it work, as we said. It's tempting, but just not good enough. Which leaves me with blue as a potential combo with black. How does that look? Seems pretty interesting, and I think this guy's actually playable because then we have quite a bit of cycling. No, we don't. Not enough. Probably drop 1 Oracle in this case. I probably need to drop 2 more cards. In this version, probably wouldn't play this. Ooh. That gives me 12 creatures, though. He really only powers up 3 of my creatures. The bats, that guy. Those guys if they come back. Him, which is irrelevant. But I'm not sure Lord of the Accursed is actually good enough here. I think we don't play Lord of the Accursed. That gives me 17 lands, one of which is in Evolving Wilds. Yeah, I think that works for a deck. Got good evasion. Got some removal. We got quite a bit of bounce. Card advantage engines. I think this works. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's kind of the best we can do. Like, there's definitely an argument for green here. Still a part of me that really wants to play green. I feel so tired. Hard to make these decisions when you feel horribly tired. That just seems so good, though. Lots of 2-drops, good 3-drop range, flying defense. These guys. In this case, I would probably drop 1 Drake. Maybe, yeah, probably. I don't know. It cycles. I think I would play both spiders main board. They do cost 1 less though, so yeah, I would probably drop a Drake. And that's it. Then just add 15 other lands and we're set. I think that would work. I could cheat in some Shimmer Scales and some other free 4-drop creatures. Got good removal and cartouche. The feed part of that actually works well with this deck. Something that's better than black, though. I get Blighted Bats, I get Gravedigger, both those are better than what I have. Spined Agony's better, Bear's better. Yeah, I just don't think this is as good. I still think black is just better cards. I like what the green has going for it, but I just don't think it's good enough. Gravedigger is just such kind of a bomb. It does give me a 1-drop here. And I actually need to put 1 card back in, so we can probably bring him back in, and then 16 other lands for 17 lands. Gives me good removal, good hand disruption, bounce to combo with the hand disruption, Gravedigger to bring back my stuff. I've got card advantages, got cycling options. Yeah, I think we're going to go with blue-black. I think that's what I needed to go with. We'll try it out for a game, and if it's bad, we'll just go back to the drawing board and start over here. I think Hode is probably worth playing in this version. Now the question is, can we play 16 lands? And I think it's possible considering how much cycling we have, so let's go ahead and try that. We've got 1 double black, 1 double blue. We'll need a little more black early. So we need 15, so probably go 8 and 7. 8 black, 7 plains. Yeah, I've just got more, so yeah, we'll do it the other way. We'll go 8 and 7. I like that. So 16 land. I got 11 total creatures. Got quite a bit of these 2 could easily go back in if need be. Gravedigger's good. Drawing cards. Flying a lot. Disruption. Control. Bounce. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. I think it's what we'll do. We'll try blue-black. Kind of control, I guess. Basically, blue-black control, card advantage. Just hope to win the game off that. So let's go ahead and get 1 game at least in here. This is a competitive sealed league, so I may be a little over my head. I may lose this horribly. We'll see. Blue-black, don't let me down. We'll play first. Gladly line this up over here. Let's look here. Do I want to keep... Oh, we got a good hand. We'll keep that. Doesn't scatter. Festering Mummy, turn 1. If I draw a land, I got a bat. Looks good. Alright, play the island. Black red, huh? Doom to center. Do we want to counter that? Probably. That's just plain card advantage. Alright, so I think in this case we'll have the option we can either... I think it's better because Black Bat will just haste it next turn anyway. I think it's actually better to hold back a cancel in this case. That's what we'll do. Yasmic Mummy. That's card disadvantage for him. I would just discard a land at worst. I think we let that one resolve. We can trade into it with the Mummy if need be and all that. I want to cycle this at end of turn and try to draw cards. I think we really want to try to draw cards, so we'll just see what happens. Okay. Yep, go ahead and play that. Color, that's interesting. Okay, we're obviously not blocking this. Interesting, so he didn't play anything. That's surprising. So we'll hold back the counter magic here. Electrify. I think we'll counter that. That's all she wrote. Yep. Perfectly fine by me. Alright, so now we can keep doing some stuff here. So first things first, just combat. Play a land, and we'll go ahead and fix our draws. Probably do need one more land. Maybe another swamp. I think we'll leave it like that. There we go. We'll draw an island. We'll have a shimmer scale on top. We could just like play hieroglyphic, or we'll probably just play a shimmer scale, draw another shimmer scale, play it, keep the flying offense up. Plan at least. He's playing 3 colors and has a colorless land in his deck. That's a little odd to me, but whatever. Blah blah, make it not blocked. Cartouche. Okay, now that's interesting. That's actually a pretty big tempo swing for him. Can't make it unblockable in the future though, so that's interesting. Alright, so swing the life totals back in his favor, unfortunately. Alright, so in this case, we just... Did we attack here? Yeah, we're going to play 3/4, probably attack with both, yeah. Seems pretty good in this case. Is that a blue-black land? What does this guy do in 4 colors? Lost his mind. Alright, so he didn't even attack. That's interesting. I think I do attack with this one because if he blocks there, I can kill that. He'll gain 3 life, but not the end of the world. Play another Drake. We finally got his double black. He got a 6-drop. Wow, 6/4. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. After he wasted his entire turn there. Solid. So I could go ahead and try to draw 2 cards, hope to draw a land, and then be able to cast Winds with it. But if I drew an Evolving Wilds or didn't draw land, I'd be kind of screwed. It goes both ways. I think it's worth risking here, because I don't think we lose if we don't do it, so I think it's okay. Go ahead and cast this. And of course we did not draw a land, so that's a little depressing. Not the end of the world, though. We take 9, probably not. He's gained the life anyway, so probably block here. Another 6-drop? Oh wow, so he just made 3 zombies. That's interesting. Very interesting. He's at 6. I can get out 7 damage this turn, but not quite enough to get there. Make him not attack with 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, I can bounce that. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 on board at that point. I think that seems good. Play out the Edifice. Play Winds of Rebuke to bounce that on his turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do we risk having 1 damage from lethal though? He has 1 card in hand. That's risky. The alternative is that we swing with 1, keep 1 back as a blocker, and then win next turn, which is probably safer. I think that's what we'll do. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and play Edifice. And we'll end a turn. What did he do there? Okay, he made a zombie, okay. So yeah, I win. I can even give it a haste to do it, which is more flavorful. 3, 6, 7, 8, we'll do the bat. Alright, so he's got a 4-color deck of stuff. Cycling and stuff. Ours worked pretty well with the whole, like, just playing kind of control-y, countering his stuff. German Skull Drake's a little better than I gave it credit, so we should probably keep 3 of those in. I wonder if we really need to change anything, though. Hieroglyphic was pretty solid. I mean, everything was just good. Winds of Rebuke kind of won me the game. Definitely a part of me that wants to put a 3rd Shimmer skill in there. I think we will. What do we drop for it is the question. I still think it's probably Lord of the Accursed. I think it's the weakest card in the deck. So that's what we'll do. Ooh, that's bad. Tip 7, and I don't think we can. That we can. We'll put that on the bottom. Not the worst, not the worst. If he doesn't play a creature, we'll play Lay Bare. If he does play a creature, we'll play Top Crop. That will do it. Okay, played a creature, so we'll play. Actually, that's only a 1/1 though. I don't know. Is it 3-drop worth worrying about? That's not going to block anything. It's just going to allow me to play back offense. I think we'll go ahead and Lay Bare. Earth Sands is good. Pathmaker I'm not worried about. Get rid of that cartouche. Yeah, that was a good call, I think. He's going to play Miasmic Mummy. I'll discard my Top Crop. Okay, he played that, even better. And I'll take my 1 damage with pride. Play Edifice. Probably the best bet here. Don't have the mana to use it this turn, unfortunately, but whatever. I'll take 3 damage. So now we'll discard the Top Crop. That's not exactly what we wanted. Does not make mana, unfortunately. So I can stop one of his things from attacking. I also get a creature out there for offense, which I don't think is better here. Way do we do this? Next turn we'll have Naga. We take 5, get 11. A lot of bad is just going to trade at best, which I don't think we want to do. So yeah, I think it's better just to do nothing. Unfortunate. Like, I could cycle this. If I want to cycle that. I think we'll just leave it like that. See what he does, if we need to cycle that or not. I'm only taking 3 damage this way, so that's something I never remember. He's little land screwed. What's his in his revealed zone? So he's played that, he hasn't played that, he's played that, played that. So we know he has a Star of the Sands. Okay, so that's actually decent. We can play Naga here, we'll have a blocker, or we can play Blighted Bat and take 3. Probably better to play Naga here. We actually want 2 lands here. That seems really good. All these seem pretty solid. I think we want any of those in the grave. Yeah, so we don't want to put any of those in the grave, and then we'll put these back on top. I guess we'll want that one, and that one, and that one. That's all she wrote. I like old Naga Oracle. Like, the way it works is really interesting. Oh, that's actually a little rough. Quite rough, actually. Thankfully, I got rid of that cartouche. We can just stabilize here, we'll be okay. Yep. Block an unblockable. Alright, so now I can kill one of his creatures and stop one from blocking, so that seems pretty good. So, yeah. Go ahead and choose a creature to destroy. And boom. Now, do we attack here? Can we take 1? I think we can take 1 here. Menace. That's interesting. I really want to make it not attack is the thing. I think we can play back, give it haste, and keep that thing from attacking. It seems good. Okay, it happens. Now I'm in the danger zone. Right there. In the danger zone again. I cycle that. I don't have enough to do anything relevant. Seems pretty solid here. I think we just gotta sit back here. Alright, so do I want to cycle something here? If I draw that, I can bounce both, which is fine. That saves me a turn. He can't win. Doesn't really help. I need creatures on the board. If I draw a land, I can play that and that. I think it's better to cycle this thing, but if I play that, I lose. So I have to draw a land or I lose. So we need to cycle this. Not the worst thing ever, actually. Alright, so 6 mana. So I can play that to hold X a blocker, stop it from attacking, have something to go on. Alternatively, I can play that, stop them both from attacking. I think it's better to have a creature on board. That's what we'll do. You have another Electrify. Oh, that's right, he had the zombie. Yeah, I lost anyway. Yeah. Okay, okay. So that was just a bad hand by me, I feel. I maybe should have cycled that earlier, I don't know. Being on the play here will help, though. I think I could see him just having creatures is probably better, so may want to up our creature count here. I don't feel like Honed Copish is doing a lot in this match. So I think I'll put a... We'll bring Lord of the Accursed back in. Sounds good. I think that's all we really want to change. Break my face. Hmm. I would like to go first. Probably should, but I'm going to keep. Really had lose card advantage in this. And I have some stall, so it's not the end of the world. And he mulliganed. We have something going for us. Alright, it's not over. Not going to bounce anything this turn, so we'll go ahead and do that. And grab a swamp, I guess. Jasmine Mummy. Definitely discard a swamp here. I would have discarded Glorybringer. Oh. I just kill this creature. Hmm. Okay. I'll take that. Or card advantage for me. He mulligan and he's discard. I mean, I'm not complaining. I have extra lands anyway. Keep the bluff up. Do that at the end of his turn. And it gives us the option of bouncing if we really need to. He obviously doesn't have lands to discard. But I think it's better to get a creature out there right now, so that's what we'll do. And then next turn we'll play Unburden to further push this card disadvantage on him. That's a little depressing. Not the end of the world, though. Maybe I should bounce before. Let him replay it, make me discard, make him discard. Seems like an option. He could be bluffing not having a land. He can discard a card. Kind of goes both ways. I'll lose a land is all. I think we'll go ahead and do it. Give ourselves 2 life. Perfect. That's really good, actually. I put all my lands in my grave. Start finding more things. History Mummy's actually okay here. I think I like cancel a lot here. History Mummy seems a little weak right now, so I think we'll go ahead and put it in the grave. And the rest will keep. And I think we'll put cancel on the very top. That way if he ever does play anything relevant, we can just stop it. Ah, he drew that land finally. He got a Minotaur. It's actually pretty relevant here. Oh, we've got to cancel. Minotaur is surprisingly relevant right now. It's unfortunate. That's really bad. So yeah, we are going to counter that. Getting rid of that cartouche is pretty relevant for us, so I'm happy about that. I don't have anything I can bring back, right? Not a thing. Alright, now we sit back and play the top deck game for the rest of the match. He draws land, no problem by me. Zombie, no problem by me. Trade into my zombie, no problem by me. Ooh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's it. Can't really attack profitably, so it is what it is. That's all she wrote for us. Hardcore top deck mode. They bear the heart. He has not a land, obviously. I think he's going to play anything else, so we might as well just go ahead and do it. He got me. He got me good. I am not playing that land. It made me assume it wasn't a land. That's a good little mind game he played. Now that's bad. That's really bad, actually. That's really, really bad. Oh my gosh. He attacks with it. I'll just trade into it. It's not a big deal. Now that's interesting. Problem. Ooh, that's a pretty good idea. Get any creature back. Get a Drake or something. Yeah, looks good. So now the question is, do we play the Drake? He would then be able to menace that. Only kill one. Yeah, I think it's still better to probably play the Drake at this point. I think in this case, we actually, if he swings with both menaces, we take the 5, kill his 3, because his 3 is going to be more reliably attacking. If he doesn't exert, maybe we do it the other way, but I still think it's better just to take out the 3/2 Minotaur in this case. Gravedigger is pretty strong there, just drawing us a card of our choice, got back a 3/4 flyer. Pretty good. Swings out, that gives us lots of options. Definitely not profitable for him to swing out. It may be profitable for him to exert that. So he's just attacking with that. So if I block, I trade off one creature, which could be relevant. Only one though, because he can't, unless he has a buff. I think it's okay to block here. Trade 1 for 1. Okay, Blighted Bat's pretty strong right here. So now do we attack with it or the Shimmer Scale? Probably the Bat. Keep the Shimmer Scale back as a safer block. Could attack with both. We stop that from attacking. We trade into one of those. Gravedigger. Keep that back. It's pretty safe for us. So we'll go ahead and play it safe right now. We're playing the control game anyway. Because we only have 4 minutes left on our clock here. Have to speed it up. Isn't scatter, that's interesting. Now it's pretty safe to go ahead and start playing the super offense. Oh, I wanted to counter that, but I accidentally hit 5 because I wasn't expecting that. I just messed up everything. That's pretty strong here. What did he just do? Final reward, oh no. Got it. We got it. Phew, that's a long one. I don't like this deck very much. We're playing like a mediocre blue-black control, and it's just it gets there sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. Definitely don't think the Copish is as good as I thought it was in this. Like, I wanted to put it on my flyers, but it just doesn't seem to get there. Otherwise, everything else seems pretty decent. The Edifice just wins games because it's OP. Burden is a little mediocre, but I think it helped us out there a little bit. Got rid of 2 of his cards. You know, it was a big swing card advantage. But overall, I think the deck's pretty decent. I don't think it's great by any means, but I think it's functional. We just have to play it smart, play it safe, play control, and we will win some games. So now that was an extremely long match, and I took a long time on deck building, so I think we're going to call it there for the stream. If you guys have any feedback, definitely leave it for me, because I like to hear what you think. But as for now, this is TheBeardedFool, and I'm signing off. I'll catch you guys next time.